Are we live? There we go. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-boom, ba-da-ba-ba-boom. We need a little Christmas now. Hello, everybody. I'm my phone. I've got my phone plugged in. There we go. So I've got it kind of sitting on the wire, so I have to kind of balance it because otherwise I'm not sure if it'll last through the whole video. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to our Wednesday night sacred pipe ceremony. Might be able to hear got a fire going in the old fireplace. We got the candles. So we're in a Christmassy kind of mood. Let's see there, perfect. So welcome. I am just getting set up. But welcome, come on in. For those who have been here since I started this over a year ago when the pandemic started, thank you so much for your continued support of me and my work. It is much appreciated. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here. I started doing this, like I just said, back at the beginning of the pandemic. I felt like it was time to, because of all the crazy things going on, not that the crazy has let up any, but that we all needed a little more guiding, bit of a guiding light. We needed, I know I needed more guidance. And so I was doing pipe ceremony, sacred pipe, which I'll explain in a minute. I was doing it on my own pretty much every day, every night, to kind of help hold the vibration of love, to add light to my community, to the world, so that we had the light to see our way through whatever is going on. And at the beginning, I was holding intentions and prayers. I was asking people to send me their prayers, their intentions, so that I can open them up through the sacred pipe. And it just got to the point where I just wanted to be able to share it with other people, not just, oh yeah, I prayed for you the other night. You know, I wanted to actually, well, everything I do, whenever I teach or heal or whatever with people, I always try to include an experiential component, because once you experience something, it's part of you. Then no one can take that from you. And you know, I could say, hey, yeah, I sent your intentions, I sent your prayers out, I prayed for you. But again, that's just secondhand knowledge. And I wanted to be able to share this firsthand with people, to let people experience this safe and sacred space, for people to be able to personally connect with spirit, the great spirit, the creator, whatever your words are, to connect with that light within us, because that is where the guidance comes. The guidance doesn't come from out there somewhere. The guidance comes from our hearts, which are connected to Great Spirit, to Creator. And it's our hearts that connect us to everyone else on the planet. And so the best way to heal the world, to change the world, to help people, to help heal people, is through the heart. And the best way to do that is through experience. Kind of bypass the mental realm and go straight to the heart. I'm missing something. So I was doing that at the beginning, and I just decided it's something that needed to be shared. And I actually did go through a lot of soul searching when I started, because this is something that is not, it's not a lot of traditions, a lot of spiritual ceremonies and such, it's looked down upon to broadcast them, to photograph them, to send, to video them. And so I did do a lot of soul searching, especially that, seeing as I'm not indigenous, I'm not Native American, but I was given the honor of becoming a pipe carrier. And you don't need to be indigenous to be able to be a pipe carrier, even though it comes from the Lakota traditions. And other tribes have their own pipe traditions. And it all works together, and I could go into a lot more detail about the rainbow prophecies and all of that and how it all works together. But anyway, I just felt like it was something that needed to be shared. And White Buffalo Calf Woman, the woman who brought the pipe to the Lakota people, is actually one of my guides. She appeared to me like somewhere between 12 and 15 years ago when I was about to go on a vision quest. And I always felt really honored, and then, you know, come 12, 15 years later, and I'm gifted a pipe and asked to be a carrier. It's like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. Like, I've been joking with people about how all this, like, my life lately has been seeming like the Harry Potter movies, in that at the beginning it was all just really cute. Oh my God, there's this school where there's wizards and witches and magic and all these really cool things. But it just seems kind of surfacey and novel. The novelty of it all is awesome. And then each movie adds a little more to the depth and connects things. And in the later movies, when they're all really serious and there's this, you know, big thing, challenge, and all of that, all of a sudden everything that happened from the very beginning makes sense and connects to everything else that's ever happened. And so when I first started on my shamanic path, it was like, oh cool, look, I've got this spirit guide and that spirit guide, and oh, they were telling me this and that. And now it's like all of those seemingly separate threads are weaving together, and I'm getting this bigger picture of what's been happening all the way along, for one thing, and a clearer picture of where I'm headed. So it's just really interesting. So anyway, when I was contemplating doing this on video, I asked a couple of indigenous friends that I do have to ask, you know, their feelings, their opinions, kind of in a way get permission from someone whose tradition this is, you know, a genetic inherited tradition. But then I also went straight to the source, to White Buffalo Calf Woman, and asked her if it was all right. And her answer was basically, whose idea do you think it was? So I've been doing this for almost a couple of years now. And it just, especially, you know, I'm always talking about, you know, traditions and spirituality. It's like when I teach about shamanism, one of my biggest points is that it's a living, organic, evolving thing. It's got to change and evolve for the people that it serves, and the same is true for traditions. especially in the time of a pandemic, a global pandemic. Things have to change. Like Einstein talked about, you can't solve a problem with the same mindset that created the problem. You always have to expand to a higher vision, to a higher mindset in order to resolve whatever problem or challenge there is. And what bigger challenge is there than a global pandemic? And so it's kind of like the rules get thrown out the window. Things need to adapt and serve the people that it's meant to serve. And I actually just recently, the last month or so, Black Elk, who some of you might have read, Black Elk Speaks. He was a native medicine man back at the time of Little Bighorn and all of that, and he actually, there's a book that he narrated about the pipe and such, and he's been coming to me recently, teaching me things about it. And so I asked him, just cover all bases, like, what do you think about doing this on video? And his response was, all things are of the Earth Mother, even technology. And this is an opportunity to share love and light to more and more people. And to ignore such an opportunity would be a travesty. So that is why I do this. That's why I'm here. Just to give other people, to set the sacred space for people to come connect to Great Spirit, if nothing else, just to breathe, just to take an hour out of the week to let down your guard, to know you're safe, to know you're watched over, to know you're connected. So that is why I'm here. Let me grab my drum. Oops. And so, for a lot of people, sometimes I get self-conscious about saying the same things over and over again. And so I thank those who have been watching for a long time, for listening to the same spiel every week. And for those who are new, thank you for coming. I'm really glad that you're here. It's amazing and awesome. And even though you might think just by watching this video you have no influence, or you just watching a video, nothing could be further from the truth. Like, everyone who watches this, even for a second, even for the whole time, your energy becomes a part of this video, part of this circle, this sacred space. And it is beyond space and time. So if you enjoy this and you want to revisit sacred space, you want to revisit a time of connection, of quiet, of stillness, you can watch this again, and this space never goes away. It's always available. Even if you're watching this a year down the road, you are still a vital part of this circle here and now. So the first thing we do when we're doing ceremony is we set that safe and sacred space that I was talking about. We'll do that by calling in our spirits and the elementals to kind of hold an energetic container around us, so that we can, like I said, let down our guards, take off the armor and the shielding, because we're being held, we're being protected, we're being watched over, so we can take off all that heaviness so that we can connect to Spirit and do our spiritual work. And this is how I do it. And so pay attention how you feel right now. I'm going to call in the sacred space and then see how you feel afterwards. Because when I do this, like I just said, space and time are an illusion. So when I'm calling in the sacred space, if you're watching this and I'm calling in sacred space, you are included in that sacred space. We are virtually in the same place together when I do that. And so see how it feels. See if you can. I always feel like I can breathe a little easier, like everything just kind of drops a couple of notches as far as the tension, the energy is just chilling out. So see how it feels to you. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Bless us with your love and your light. Thank you. Oh. All right. Do you feel different? Do you feel a little bit lighter, like the air clear, like you're able to breathe a little bit better? I know I feel that way. So, what we're going to do a sacred pipe ceremony. Again, thank you for your patience, those of you who have been here before and have heard this a million times already. But just to give a little explanation, this is the sacred pipe. In Hollywood, it's become known as the peace pipe. And the stem is the divine masculine, the bowl is the divine feminine, and so when we put it together, this is basically church. This is basically an altar. A church, an altar that was able to be taken with you in a nomadic lifestyle. And so when we put the pipe together, it's the masculine and the feminine together, creating all of creation, kind of marrying all the dualities, the hard, the soft, the light, the dark, the masculine, the feminine. And so it basically encompasses all of creation. And when we put the pipe together, it kind of awakens the spirit of the pipe. And when we do that, it basically opens a channel straight to Creator. No filter, just straight to Creator. And so as soon as the pipe goes together until it comes apart is one giant prayer. And so when I do put the pipe together, think your best thoughts, your highest prayers, your best intentions. Ask for those things that your heart desires the most, and they will go straight directly to Creator. So what it looks like, I will do a prayer, ask permission to smoke, to join the pipe, and then I will put 4 pinches of tobacco into the bowl, and you'll hear the prayers I say when I do that. And then when I asked White Buffalo Catwoman permission to do this on video, she gave me a song to sing at the beginning of each ceremony that I facilitated. So at that point, I sing a song that White Buffalo Catwoman taught me, and then I will light the pipe, and I will blow breath blessings into the 4 directions, to Father Sky, to Mother Earth, to all my relations, and then to Creator. And then I'll hold the pipe to the stem to my forehead and the bowl to my heart for a silent prayer, and then I will come back, relight the pipe, and then the first big breath I take, the big puff I take, I'm going to blow it straight at my camera, and that'll be this prayer, this blessing coming straight from my heart, through my breath, through the tobacco smoke, straight through my camera, through the magic of the internet and the holographic universe. It will come through your video straight to your heart. And then I will continue to blow breath blessings, and sit in silence and blow more breath blessings. And pardon me, until it feels like we're done. And then I will say another prayer, there'll be another song, and then I will take the pipe apart, and then we will probably talk a little bit longer, whatever my guides decide I need to say. But yeah, so that is what it is going to look like. When I put the pipe together, that's your cue to do whatever connects you to spirit, whatever it is, whether it's dancing or singing or praying or meditating or Tai Chi or whatever it is, whatever way you pray, whichever way you connect to Creator, to Spirit, to your higher self, that's your cue to do that. And this is safe space for you. Nathalia, yes, I will say a special prayer guidance for you. I will prayer request in the comments. Normally I don't read the comments while I'm talking because I get too distracted, but yes, my friend, I will send a special prayer for you. And I have something to tell you. I'll message you afterwards. So where was I? So yeah, so this is safe space. We are between the worlds. The spirits, our spirit guides and guardians have our backs. We don't have to be on hyper alert. We don't have to watch out for what's, out there to get us, whatever. Because it's all us. There's nothing out there to get us in the first place. But that's a whole nother story that I go into some other time. But anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do before I do all that other stuff is I have some sage and some sweetgrass. Oh, I love that sweetgrass. And I'm going to burn a little bit to smudge I've got my altar here that if you came in at the beginning, you saw me setting up because I'm always working late. And I was here all day, and I was still late getting set up and everything because I was watching Christmas movies. I didn't have a lot of readings today, so I was sitting here the whole day drawing and watching Christmas movies, so I had to let the one finish. Anyway, so I'm going to light some sage and some sweetgrass, and we will get started. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. I just had this this vision of me as kind of a spiritual Mr. Rogers singing songs, and anyway, he's actually one of my spirit guides too. Oh, get my legs comfortable here. All right. So. Grandmother, grandfather, eagle, I send a voice. I ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All my guides and guardians, watch over me as I smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Tawabin, Shaunadisi, Magikiwas, and Wopus, there is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers, all my relations, come smoke with me. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm and our ancestors, may all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to eagle, coyote, bear, white buffalo Catwoman, bringer of the pipe and the law of good relations to the people. Okane Bayama, Okane Bayama, Okane Bayama, Okane. Yo. Okane okane, Payama okane. grandmother, grandfather, eagle, I send a voice. I thank you for our lives. I thank you for these circles. Thank you for these moments of stillness, of silence, of connection. Thank you for this season to celebrate our light, to bring light into the darkness, to sleep and dream and rest, and nurture ourselves like the bear in the cave. Tell stories, do crafts, create, that we may come out in the spring greater, brighter, and more magnificent than we've ever been before. Thank you. Ihi-la-ihi-o, 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 Wow. Say it every time, but holy crap. Okay, I don't say that exactly, but wow. Oofda. It's amazing. I do this on my own. I try to do it as many days as I can. In the winter times, it's a little bit trickier out here in the Pacific Northwest because of the rain and the wet and the cold and stuff. And I don't have a place I can do it inside other than my office. But I do this a lot on my own, and I just need to tell you, not that one way is better than the other, but when you're here with me, it is so palpably powerful. It is like crazy powerful. So I hope you were able to feel at least a little fraction of that. And just the silence and the peace. When I'm on my own doing it, I connect in a different way because I'm not holding space for others. I'm like, so like I said, it's not one way is better than the other, but there's such a power. This is truly heads and shoulders above any other. This is heads and shoulders above anything else as the most sacred space that I know of. So thank you for joining me. I was doing this, like I said, when I started, I was doing it every week, and then kind of hit what felt kind of like a completion or a transitional time, so I went to doing it just once a month. And since November, I've been going back to doing it every week again. My guides have been prompting me, and I think it's really about this season, you know, the dark half of the year. And we need as much light as we can get. We need to nurture that light within us. When it's dark around us, we have to turn inward. And that's really the reason for the season. That's really, I mean, every culture has, well, I shouldn't say every culture. I don't know every single culture. But there are so many cultures at this time of the year that have, around winter solstice, this festival of light. It's like, in the darkest times is when our inner light shines the brightest. And I know a lot of people have misgivings, if not a hatred for Christmas, because they haven't had that connection. It's like their judgment about what Christmas is, what solstice is about, what this time of the year is about. Well, especially Christmas, being raised in kind of a Judeo-Christian, well, not a Christian, many of us have been raised in Christian households with Christmas, and again, traditions, right? It's like there's these Christmas traditions that people try to maintain, sometimes not to the best of their, it doesn't come out as well as it could, and there's a lot of hypocrisy, and just like there is in Christianity itself. But we grow up judging the season by how the adults around us treat it, and seeing the dissonance between what they're saying and what they're doing, and a lot of people coming from dysfunctional families where Christmas just becomes a time of conflict and hate and fighting, when that is the exact opposite of what it really is about. So like I said, this is a time of nurturing our inner light. Don't, no matter what your background is, and I understand that there's like traumas, and that those take time to heal and attention, and it's not an overnight thing. So I'm not just saying get over it, be happy, but don't let the traumas and the darkness and the misunderstanding of other people, don't let other people's failures from childhood dim your light. This is the one time of the year when we need as much light as we can get, and the more people we have radiating that inner light, the brighter the world is. Don't let other people's failings dim your light. You are a beautiful, divine being of light and love. That is who you are in your essence. You are not this physical body. You are a spirit having a human experience. And that's what this spiritual path is all about. It's about releasing those old, worn out thoughts and beliefs and expectations, and kind of shedding those skins of the clothing of what people told us we're supposed to be or what we're supposed to do, and turning to our inner guidance, the light within us, to shine outward. Just imagine what the world would be like if everybody was shining their light. You know, we always worry about if left to our own devices, we'd be raping and pillaging and all of that kind of stuff. But that's not who we are. At our essence, we are love. I mean, even physically, we are a community. I don't want to say herd animal, but we are a community animal, a tribal animal. We are a family-oriented animal. We naturally look out for the best of others. And it's only society and a lot of the rules and laws and expectations that take away that natural light, that natural tendency toward helping that is inborn to all of us. But left to our own devices, we will take care of our neighbors, we will take care of our friends and family. We won't be trying to force people to acquiesce to our own expectations of what is right and wrong and what the world is supposed to look like, because we'll be guided, all of us, from our hearts, which again connects us to each other, and our hearts connect us to Creator. And so if everybody's living from their heart, from the heart guidance, then and then everyone is listening to Creator. It's like we're all part of that orchestra, right? We all play different instruments, we have different parts, we have different frequencies, songs, vibrations, but if we're all watching the one conductor, which comes through our heart, then we are always in harmony. It is our natural state to be in harmony with others, to see the greatness in others, and to uplift others. So, if you can't tell by my shirt, my sweater, I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year because it's the one that so best reflects who I am. Of course, I've got a Christmas sweater that has unicorns and jackalopes. I don't know if you can see the jackalopes or not, but it's a time of magic. It's a time of miracles. It's a time of whimsy and Santa Claus. I always have loved Santa Claus, and it's really interesting because just in the past couple of weeks, when I'm doing pipe ceremony on my own down by the river, Santa, it might sound funny, but Santa has been appearing to me in my meditations and such. And he's been teaching me, and I think I mentioned this last week, but I was asking him how it became such a, good versus bad thing, like punishment and reward. And what he told me was that he sees the light in everyone. And if your light is shining brightly, you're gonna get your dreams, your wishes are gonna come true, because that's how the universe works. And if your light isn't shining, then you get coal. But what is coal but fuel or fire? The coal isn't a punishment. It's to help you get your fire burning again, so you can light up, so that all your dreams and wishes can come true. That's how it works. That is what Santa is about. That is what Christmas is about. So, yeah, it's like, I'm like, Santa Claus is coming and talking to me. So, it's so amazing. This path is so amazing. The spiritual path, the shamanic path. I love my work. I love my job. And if Santa is too patriarchal for you, I think Santa Claus to me is an embodiment of a healthy divine masculine. It's a balanced masculine, so it's not like the patriarchy, power over, stay in line, kind of machismo. But if it is too male-oriented for you, I'm wondering if you'd ever heard of the Deer Mother. Ellen of the Way. She is one of the oldest worshipped goddesses, and she's the reindeer goddess. She's the horned goddess, and she is connected to the reindeer, and she was worshipped, like if you take like the northern climes all the way around the globe, from the Americas to Siberia, even in England. The reindeer don't live there so much anymore at all, but into Siberia and Mongolia, across the Bering Strait, she was connected to the reindeer, and it is she who on winter solstice travels to the south in the form of the reindeer to gather up the sun in her antlers and to bring it back to the north, to bring more light and more warmth to the northern climes. And interesting side note, reindeer are the only deer in the world where the female and the male have antlers. And the male reindeer lose their antlers before winter. And so, number one, all of Santa's reindeer that pull his sleigh are female, because they still have their antlers. The female keep their antlers during the winter so they can protect their young in the springtime, and it is the female that leads. They're matriarchal. It's the biggest, strongest female who leads the herds on their migratory routes. So just a little side note. As some of you know, my main power animal, when I first started on my shamanic path, the very first time I ever did a shamanic journey, I met Nathaniel, my reindeer power animal, and he has been with me ever since. So I am like deeply, deeply connected to the reindeer, and that's part of that Harry Potter progression that I was talking about. Cool, I have a reindeer power animal. Well, then I connected to Santa Claus, connected to Ellen. And I've talked about Artemis, how Artemis has been my matron goddess forever before I even knew who she was. And there are stories of Artemis having a golden hind. And a hind is a female deer, but her female deer has antlers. So her golden hind was a reindeer. So like all these different connections coming, and it's so amazing as that picture unfolds. And I'm not saying this, talking about this to talk about myself or how cool I am, but to let you know that, you know, things may not make sense right now. You know, your life, your spiritual path might seem scattered or just little bits and pieces here and there, but there is so much depth and so much connection, even if you don't realize it. But you can trust that, you can believe. That's what this season's about, is believing. And like Dr. Wayne Dyer says, you'll see it when you believe it. So believe in the magic, believe in the Fae, believe in flying reindeers, believe in Santa Claus. I've talked to him, I know he's real. So, yeah, I love this season. Ho, ho, ho. All right, so thank you again for your presence. I hope this all made sense. I hope you enjoyed the experiential part, the connecting to spirit. I hope it brought a little bit of peace and stillness to your life for just a little bit. I purposely do this on Wednesdays when it's like right in the middle of the week, so that people have, if you follow me, you have something to look forward to every week, a moment of silence and stillness and spiritual connection in the middle of the week to help you get through the end of the week, and know that I am here to support you, to empower you. Please check out my website, perchingwolfstudios.net, and check out the different shamanic services I offer. I'm going to have some more classes coming up soon, especially in the new year. If you look on my website, I have, I'm also a cartoonist, and I have some graphic novels I've made. I've got a couple, I've actually got, hold on a minute, I will show you. I have a coloring book I've created that you can get through my website, through the link on my website, or if you're local, I have a few copies. So 12 Totems of Christmas, and it goes through the 12 days of Christmas with the different animals, most of them birds, that fit with the song 12 Days of Christmas, and what the meaning, what the message is from that particular totem. So $12. I have a few here, or you can get the link and get those. I've got other graphic novels. I've got actually another link to a site where I have mugs and t-shirts, etc., with my artwork and the totem animals and scenes from my comics, etc. So if you're looking for unique gifts this season, I can support you in that as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting me. Feel free to share this video. And I hope you come back. Bring your friends, invite your friends. The more, the merrier. And I think that's it. Oh, and if you're interested, every Monday night, I do 2 videos every week. Wednesday nights is this video. Monday nights, I do a medicine card reading, mini medicine card readings with the medicine card deck. Again, using the totem animals. Each card has a different animal. I pull 3 cards. You choose a number between 1 and 3, and I give a reading, and whichever card corresponds to whatever number you chose, that is your guidance for the week. So that is going to be at 8 o'clock on Mondays. So join me in that. Follow me on Instagram. I'll share this on my Facebook page. I will also upload this video to my YouTube channel. So check out my Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel. And there's over a year's worth of these videos, of medicine card readings, videos, and I'm hoping to do a lot more different varied videos coming up in the new year. So I also have gift certificates if you want to gift someone a reading or a healing or anything like that. I have gift certificates available. So that is my blatant self-promotion part, which I am really not that good at, but thank you for listening. Thank you for your presence again. I really, really appreciate it. So, as we created our sacred space, we need to release it and thank the spirits for holding that space around us and let them release to where they came from. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in our circles. Thank you. All right, my friends. Thank you again so much for watching. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope to see you either Monday or next week for another Sacred Pipe ceremony. Until then, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the season. Let your light shine. Go shining, everyone. All right. Bye.